every one of you, and it's good to see my friend Reverend Wheeler. Good to see you, sir. And Stop the Violence, and stand up, fellow. We can't miss you. These fellows do such great work at Stop the Violence, and it's a wonderful organization. Reverend Wheeler is a dear friend of mine, and I want to share this with you. That, you know, America is this wonderful fabric. It is. We don't look the same. We don't worship the same. But you know, that's part of what makes us unique and special. And it's always been important to me to reach out into our community and have the full fabric of our community cross the finish line. And that's been a real big part of our campaign. It's been a real big part of how we've run our dealership for 19 years. And I would pledge to you, wherever you're from or whatever group you're from, whether you're a Democrat and whether you're a Republican or independent, or regardless of where your house of worship is, I will pledge to do everything I can to look out for you in the long run and to make the right decisions for your family, for my family. We've talked about some big challenges here tonight, and I really think there are a couple of ways that we could respond to this. One would be, man, these problems are so big. They are just enormous that, you know, I just can't even process it. The debt is so large, and I just don't see how we're going to get through this. I'll just act like it's not there. Well, I don't think you're that kind of those folks, because you're here tonight. See, that's apathy. That's almost like denial. We have to reject that. We have to choose instead engagement. Engagement. And this is the path that we need to go on. And I want to remind myself, I want to remind you of who we are as Americans. You know, within each and every one of us, we have the DNA of an American patriot in us, an American patriot. That is our unique DNA as Americans. You know, our forefathers, our foremothers, they came to this country. They knew it would be difficult. They knew it would be difficult, but they just wanted that opportunity. And if you watch American history unfold, if you go straight from our founding fathers and our founding foremothers, you move up, you go through that turbulent time in the Civil War. Well, let's back up a little bit. How about Dolly Madison in the War of 1812? Dolly's in there. She runs. She's there. She's almost the last person out of the White House. It's being burned by the British. Her husband's already gone trying to rally the troops. Just think about Washington burning and Dolly Madison staying, taking the picture of George Washington out. Why? Because she knew that successive generations of Americans needed to see where we came from and who we are. That was Dolly Madison. And then you fast forward a bit, you know, you've got President Lincoln, who is one of my 3 favorite presidents, because he knew the full fabric of America needed to cross the finish line. I think he gave his life for that very reason. He said, this is worth fighting for. You know, you fast forward a bit more, you go up to Rosa Parks. She was in the back of the bus. She said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm standing up. I'm going to make sure that we meet our obligation to the next generation of Americans. That is the DNA of an American patriot. And now, you know, you fast forward a bit more to my favorite modern day president, President Ronald Reagan. You know, America was just like, where do we go? Where do we go? President Reagan came in, he said, hey, let's remember who we are. Let's just remember who we are. You know, and he said it this way, he said, you know, freedom is not passed from one generation to the next in the bloodstream. It must be fought for. It must be passed on for one generation to the next. Or one day, we will, in our sunset years, we will be telling our children and our grandchildren what it was once like in America when men were free. Listen, I want to challenge you tonight. Let's meet our obligation to the next generation of Americans. We can do this. We need to engage in this race. We need to make sure that we do our part in the 2nd Congressional District to be part of a leadership team that provides a responsible and a reasoned check and balance against where we're going. One that's going to bring up this light of less regulation, a lighter taxation environment, and really free up the most powerful job-creating engine the world's ever known. That's the American entrepreneur. We've created more opportunity, entrepreneurs have, than any country in history. You know, more prosperity, more opportunity. We know how to get the job done in America. Y'all have been so kind to be here tonight. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. If you like what you heard and want to be part of what we're doing, take one of those yard signs on the way out. They're not for museums, they're for y'all to stick them in your yard. Be a patriot, be counted. Thank you so much.